Welcome back to the channel. It's good to share another one with you all today. This is Giants Amongst Us, where we share in that unique human experience and where you're going to hear real stories told by real people just like yourself. So you can go ahead and let this play in the background as you do whatever it is you're doing around the house and going about your day. If this is your first time tuning in, know that this channel right here is an extension of a podcast that's already available. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Audible, on Deezer, whichever platform you like to plug into, it'll be there. You can also go to giantsamongustus.com where you'll find these conversations. Every one of these stories that are shared on the channel, you can find it there and listen to it in its entirety. And the whole point of sharing these stories is in the hopes that they might be a beacon of light to anybody in a dark spot. Because I've been there. The past guests, they've been there. Down in the mud and feeling as if it's hopeless, you're broken, and you just don't want to give it anymore. Done. Finished. These are here to remind you that things can get better and change can be had, and that you are definitely worth the effort. Know that. It's about encouraging. It's about inspiring. I was reading today and I came across a good breakdown of what inspiration means, and I like the way the author put it. Frequently opening doors to possibilities not previously evident in an individual. To inspire. I really like the way that definition danced across the page. So today I wanted to share a conversation with a musician that I connected with, and his name is Nate. And Nate, he's been a musician for most all of his life. He came up playing music. His father was a guitarist, and he caught the bug early on and stuck to it. But at an early age, he was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. And with there being no real treatment, no real medication for it, he was prescribed at one time painkillers, to which he became addicted to these painkillers for 13 years. He talks about how that was for him, what it did to him, and how he finally got to the point where he decided to kick the habit cold turkey, where he strongly advises if you're able to, go ahead and try to do it the professional way, seek professional help. And there was also in 2016 where he was diagnosed with lung cancer. Luckily, everything worked out. The surgeon was able to remove all of the cancer without him having to undergo chemo or radiation. So thank goodness. Through all of that, he's still rocking, he's still rolling. He was talking about things that he's been doing to help him health-wise. He has a loving wife behind him. He has a loving family that has supported him. So he was mentioning the acupuncture sessions, the hot spring waters, floating tanks, and even investing in his own sauna. So you're going to hear how this man still enjoys life, still making music, still creating music. It's not all doom and gloom with him. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is Nate and his story.
I was raised in a music-loving family. My dad was a guitar player, and my mom sang around the house all the time. So I just grew up loving music, and turned out I was a guitar player. Around the age of 8, I kind of started slowing down. I have muscular dystrophy, so things kind of got a bit rough. They still are, but I manage. The other kids would make fun of me, and then they put me on prednisone when I was younger, so I kind of ballooned up, got kind of chunky, so making fun of me for that and the way I walked. And I mean, but that, whatever, kids are kids, they're mean,
right?
You get over that after high school. But other than that, I just did the best I could. I was still able to do quite a bit up until my early 20s. I was still skiing and riding motorcycles, that kind of thing. And then just it got worse after that. I was playing in bands too up until 2012 or 2013. And then that got to be too much, playing live You go out, you play 3 hour show, like 3 sets that are each an hour, and then you have to set up and tear down. And by the end of the night, I was so exhausted, and it got to the point where I couldn't bend over to set up the guitar pedals anymore and then get back up. So at that point, I was just done with the live stuff anyway. I did pain medication for 13 years or so, and it was a horrible experience. It made everything worse. Like I think it eventually amplified the pain. I became way more sensitive to it. And then you build this huge tolerance,
Right.
to the pills. And the doctors, like, when they first started, they're like, oh, here's some OxyContin. Here's 80 milligrams. Just, take that. Oh, you're falling asleep. Well, here's some Ritalin, like, oh,
Wow.
yeah. And so, I had this nice cocktail of the Valium, the Ritalin, and the OxyContins, the Vicodins, and that really messes with you after a while. And I don't know, I was really unhappy. I struggled with a lot of depression through those years. I actually ended up going cold turkey off of them. Just I was running out early every month because I would take, more than I was supposed to, because that's the only way you get any relief. And then you run out a week early, and the doctors are like,
Because of that tolerance, right?
yeah, yep. And then
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to give you pills early. So, I had enough and just gave it up. I was like, I'll do something else. And the longer I was off of them, I started feeling better and better, more energy, and wanted to do more things. I wasn't depressed or as depressed. So, and then that got better, and actually pretty happy most of the time now. So 2016, I was diagnosed with lung cancer, and the doctors were asking me like about what I was on, and I was like, oh, well, I'm on cannabis oil. And they're like, oh, well, who prescribed that? And I raised my hand. I'm like, yeah, we did. I did. From my earliest memories are about music, pretty much. Like running home after school and putting on a Beatles 45. When I would get home, I would listen to I'm Down. And then on the flip side, I think was Ticket to Ride. And I would just listen to that and all my other 45s that I had. My mood's changed quite a bit since
Wow.
I started acupuncture in, I think, 2015. So it was a couple of years after got off the painkillers. But yeah, my mood has improved drastically. And
You have somewhere local that you can have that done?
she's like 10 miles from my house. So I think when it comes to self-care, I don't know that you can really have enough. Like, you should
Yeah.
do as much as you can, and I think that helps. I want to mention another really fun thing that I've done is a float tank, and it's like a not a sensory deprivation chamber, but kind of, because you lay down in water that's body temperature, and it's like really, really salty water. So you're very, very buoyant, and you float super easy. And then you close the door of the tank, and it's mostly dark, and your ears are underwater. So it is a little bit of sensory deprivation, but like the salt, I think, removes toxins from your body, and it's super relaxing. Like, I had the bug early on. I played in bands for up until 2012 or 13 or so, about the same time I got off the prescription pills. And then, once I quit playing live, I'm just like, what do I do with my musical self now? So I just was kind of tossing around ideas all the time and recording stuff at home. And after I had recovered from cancer, we're like, well, we had an opportunity to rent a place in town, and I put a recording studio in the basement. My wife had a yoga studio upstairs, So I was working with other artists and recording my own music. And I did an album called Phoenix of Tragedy. I put that out, played all the instruments except for drums on that one. There was I programmed drums on most of the songs, but there was like 3 or 4 that I had my buddy come in and play on. So I played the guitars. Yeah.
Are they all available? Is that available on Spotify or YouTube?
On all the streaming services. And my artist name is Nathaniel Rolland. On that album, I played bass guitar, acoustic guitar, and electric guitar, bunch of keyboards. On my new album that's coming out this summer, like I played melodica, auto harp. What else did I play on there? Programmed all the drums on the new one, and sing, and I sing too. I like the way you groove. So baby, let's groove. Baby, move for me. And baby, I'll sing for you. Dad was a guitar player, like a really, really good guitar player. And so like that was a lot of my inspiration, I think, behind becoming a musician. And
did he teach you, or you just grew up watching him and picked it up?
I grew up watching him, and then by the time he got me a guitar was right around the time that he passed away. Like he showed me one chord, and that was all he got to teach me before he died. So, but I picked it up after that.
He baptized you with that one chord.
Yes. Yep. Baptized in A major.
In your life in general, you have a good woman by your side that has helped you get through those tough times.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. We've been married 23 years. So yeah, she stuck by me through thick and thin, sicker and sicker.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I had the whole cancer thing in 2016, but yeah, she's great.
That's your rock right there.
Yes. Yep.
I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. If you want to hear this in its entirety, go to the show notes. You'll find the links there. You can also just type in giantsamongustus.com. You'll find this story in full length. It'll be available. You'll find past guests with their stories. You'll find blogs up. You'll find a little window where you can leave a voice message if you want to, or shoot an email. However you want to keep in contact, or just shoot a line to let us know that you're finding value in these stories and you appreciate what we're doing over here. We'd love to hear from you. Feel free to leave thoughts and give feedback in the comments below. That's also welcome. The red carpet is rolled out. Let's keep this an open conversation. I really look forward to bringing you more stories and to connecting with more people. You guys have a good one, and be sure to check out Nate's new album. It's already out. The name of the album is Bad Part of Town. You heard a little bit of it in the beginning of this video. So if you want to groove to what old Nate is doing, be sure to check him out. We're going to catch up real soon. Before I wrap this thing up, if you would like to be a part of this show and share your story, or even a story of someone in your life that has impacted you in a positive way, you can always reach out to me via email. I'd be happy to connect. Until next time, and very soon. Peace.
I'm looking for a sign to know I'm on the right road. Ain't seen no sign,